about TPS seeds or true potato seeds. In case people don't know, potatoes will oftentimes produce a few pieces of fruit that look like cherry tomatoes, and they'll even turn red or other colors depending on the color of the potato. And when the fruit is ready, it'll drop off the plant. It'll still be green typically, maybe a little bit of shade of color in it, but you'll keep those, and unlike a tomato, if you keep it to tell that it's the same as a potato fruit and not a tomato, because they're in the same family. If they were a tomato, they would rot and shrivel up fairly quickly, but true potato seed and fruit, or true potato fruit that has the seeds, they may ripen. They'll get a little bit harder than a tomato would. Like a tomato will soften up a lot. They just get a little bit harder, and when you break them open, eventually, kind of like a grape, they kind of squirt. So in a hollow chamber, except for the liquid that's in there, it's like a hollow chamber, and then up by the stem of the seeds. Now I've already pulled out some of these seeds, separated them from the pulp. The ones that I pulled out, this is the leftover pulp and peeling. I think I've opened up about, there's still some seeds on that one there. The little white things, look kind of white right there. There's some seeds that I missed. They're really tiny. Some of them are really, really, really tiny, like that one there. For example, this is a skewer I could use. About a little over 1/8 of an inch thick. See how tiny the seed is? You got some that are a little bigger. Notice that some of that pulp is red. That's from the ones that ripen. But the seeds they don't seem to change color. They seem to stay greenish because of the pulp. The pulp eventually will dry off these seeds, and you can plant them anytime. You don't have to put them in the fridge and let them go through weeks of the simulated winter. This is one I have not broken open yet. You can see where it looks like a little tomato. It's like a little red tomato. But like I said, it's more firm. Almost feels like it's like a little rubber ball almost, but not quite as hard. If you let it go, it'll get completely red. This is from a red potato. I've heard of purple potatoes or blue potatoes. They'll give you a blue fruit or a purple fruit, and so on. But I'll separate these other seeds here. And let you see kind of what it looks like when you separate it. Like I said, here's one. You can make it out. Seeds right there. The only way to get them off there, you get them on your fingers and they're really hard to get off. That's why I'm using this. It's basically a big chunk of pulp. It's got the seeds in it. I'll just take them off there. It looks like, there you go. Kind of smell a little bit like a tomato, but not near as strong. They've almost got like a sweet smell to them that reminds me of something like some kind of a fruit that I've smelled before. I just can't recall. Maybe like a star fruit or something like that. It's very faint, but you can smell it. It makes you think you can eat it, but you don't want to eat it because those are poison. It's like I said, they're related to tomatoes, and tomatoes are nightshade families or potatoes. You don't want to go eating tomato vines or leaves, or potato vines or leaves either. Although the potatoes safe and the tomato is safe, you don't want to eat any rest of it. I've heard tomatoes are edible, the vines and the leaves are, but I don't want to try that. I don't know if that's true or not. But here I'm going to get this camera set somewhere. Hold on a second. Tripod. Part of it due to the fact that it's drying out. It would have already been dried up and rotted by now if it's a tomato. These have been sitting on the window since probably around November, something like that. You're not going to see that with a tomato. It'll be gone a long time. See the seeds in the pulp. Very tiny. You just basically get them to stick to the paper plate. Once they stick, just let them dry. When they dry, break them loose from the paper plate. Notice. Sometimes you have to do 2 or 3 tries to get them to get off your fingers. Some of this is just pulp. The seeds are so small that it's hard to tell whether you got seeds or just pulp. So it's good to deal with one piece at a time. See all that? There's lots of seeds in there. There's seeds in this peeling stick. stick a little better when you got a little pulp to lay down a little. The advantage of the potato seed is genetic diversity, because they just plant a potatoes, seed potato, which is a small potato that's starting to sprout. You'll get the genetic clone of the original tomato plant. And if you plant these, you're going to get something that is a little different than the tomato plant, the potato plant, which I meant to say. And not only that, what you get will be a little bit more adapted to your particular growing area. You're going to be used to the soil, used to the weather, used to the pests, diseases, things like that, with each generation, till eventually they become acclimatized if you keep collecting seed year after year. Eventually you'll have acclimatized plant. You could even come up with a new strain and even name it for yourself. You'll be known for that particular strain of potato. Usually you don't see much difference physically, so that doesn't happen often. Okay. Now you check your fingers, because sometimes they stick to your fingers and you can't see them till you take a real good look. I'm going to take the piece that's got all the pulp in it and start sticking it to the plate. More peeling. Look it over good, because you can miss them easily. Sometimes all you got left is peeling and pulp. Notice there's not near as many seeds as the tomato has in it either. Although some of these can have 30-40 seeds in them. Tomato can have 150 in them, even in little ones. Okay. Another little splatter of them. Can't get them to come off my finger. There they go. These ones could be very ripe or starting to go bad, because they're almost black. But the ones you see, like this here, that's the kind I had last year, and what I grew most of these plants from. Actually the plant that came out that these ones were from was a potato we missed in the ground last year from a seed potato, so it's basically the same thing I planted the year before. But I do have seeds that I planted from seed potatoes, and I planted them last year too, so whatever that's on them that might be a seed from one of these fruits could fall into the ground and produce another potato plant that is genetically different than what was growing there this year. I keep saying this year, but it's this past growing season. Okay. But you see, every one of them little spots is potentially a seed. Like I said, I had about 6 or 7 fruits. And if I can find my original seeds. Okay. I'm trying to get some of this to grow. I've never been lucky with it so far. This is how I grow my seeds. Old medicine pill bottles or whatever. Old spice bottles. Herb bottles. And I take the seeds and collect the one with a red cap. Celery seed and any dried bean. Buy a bag of 15 bean soup. Take home, plant the beans, and you'll have beans. I'm just trying to find true potato seeds I had from last year's 2015. Cherry, large red cherry tomato, medium red tomatoes, Rutgers, Mortgage liquor, every color of bell pepper seeds. Red, green, yellow, eggplant seeds. There's smaller than tomato seeds too, you can tell that. But they're bigger than that. Yes, this is actually some small black oil seeds. More open seeds, you get on those. This is actually some kind of flower in the backyard. Miniature bulbs. You take my seeds like this and I put them in containers like this, keeps them dry. But they can't get a harvest on I'm still not seeing. Oh, I got them. Probably in this bag. This one's full of root plants. I got root plants, herb plants, and so on. Separated by type, like leafy plants. They're all in one bag. Those are actually some onion seeds, radish, parsnip, fennel. Haven't gotten those yet either to grow very well. Onions, more radish, another kind of onion. Been wanting to get some Egyptian walking onions. I've been able to get a hold of any. I don't know if you can see in that bottle. Those are the seeds once they're dry. Put them in the lid so you can see them. Maybe in my hand. This is all those seeds. There's probably about 100 seeds right there. You see how tiny some of them are. True potato seeds from your generic red potatoes that you get in the store. Planted 2015. Planted seed potatoes. Basically, just bought a bag of them. They were sprouting in the drawer. Took them out and put them in the ground. You want to break up the ground pretty good so they have loose soil. And last year, or 2015, they produced those fruits. I saved them, let them dry, let them set and dry out a little bit. Broke them open just like this, let them dry out, collected them, and planted them in some seed cups January, February in the house. And when they got big enough and got warm enough, I took them outside and transplanted them. But that is it. Now you can see all these little bottles are full of seeds. Yep, there's probably about 100 different kinds of seeds here. These are ones that me or Dad collected either from fruit that we ate here in the house or from wild plants found at different places, or even from harvested fruit from the garden. There's some cucumber seeds from fruit from the garden. But that's about it. And you see how tiny that stuff looks. It's amazing how tiny those seeds are. And that's the peelings left over. Like I said, it smells kind of a sweet smell, the fruit does. But you definitely do not want to eat it. That's it. True potato seeds. That's how you get them out of the fruit. That's how you harvest them. And you know how you grow them. Basically, I just took a bunch of the seeds last winter, sprinkled on some soil, some little disposable plastic cups you get in the store for picnics, filled with some soil, covered them over, and they sprouted. They don't sprout really quick, and the way I do all my seeds is I put them all in cups like that, start out, and I keep them in trays, keep water in the tray, and they're laying on top of a plastic trash bag. I've got 100-watt fluorescent bulbs above them, about a dozen of those bulbs, so that when they sprout they got some light. With a timer, turn them on 12 hours, off for 12 hours. And when it's fairly cool, I also put a heat blanket underneath them and leave it on low. That warms the soil up. They sprout better and faster and grow quicker. You'll have some of the like radish seeds will sprout in 2 or 3 days doing that, when they're supposed to take about a week. So you could double or triple the time it takes to germinate. Anyhow, that's about it. Hope you like it. Bye.